Even as the Ziggs, you kind of have to go teleport. You don't really get to build many defenses. So this is the kind of draft where TES might have a cheeky in route on just shutting down the Ziggs as much as possible.
Ready at 130 HP and Jarvan sniffing around, looking for an angle.
Looks like Naya wants to dive bot. There's no camps on their first blood.
What? Top Esports get first blood mid lane solo bolo from Nia, and now full agency on the bot lane. Could we see a level 3 dive? We are. Fungi goes right onto the Alistar, tanks away for the time being, repels out, does not swap the arrow just yet, and they get a clean kill bot lane. Top Esports bread and butter to snowball their way into game 5.
And first, a lot of these players are playing for their careers right now. Some of these rookies.
Oh. In comes Wei, tries to take away some advantage from Top Esports, but the fight turns around really, really fast. Top Esports looking really good. They get 2 kills off the back of that one, and Invictus Gaming turn tail and run, with Photic being the last one standing here. Invictus Gaming seem to have missed the memo because they're just playing straight into their composition. Oh, ultimate fail here by Saboro. Gnar misses under tower, and now it's Zuyon's turn to fight back and get Saboro a little bit of a taste of his medicine. No jump available from Gnar. Zuyon is just chasing down the mini Gnar down to death.
Allow that to happen so easily. We see both the teleports coming in, and Wei is probably not long for this river.
No, but not you.
He steals it.
He does steal it, and that's scrub number 1 for Top Esports. Weyon is in the middle of that fight. Gets Jue under a stun, lets the grubs reset. Gnar sets him up against the wall. That's going to be a kill for Photic, the first one for Invictus Gaming, and that's going to allow them to secure the grubs for the time being. Flag and drag available, Cataclysm not so much, but Smite is live, and he just needs 1 grub from Invictus Gaming to secure the camp for Top Esports. In they go. Big pulverize from Jue, knocks 3 people up. Top Esports take down Wei in the process, and they're clearing House Zero with Invictus Gaming. Renard's in a good position. Everybody's life bar is critical, but nobody from Top Esports dies. Now they find a kill on Fangyue. Now they find a kill on Jiaqi. It looks like Photic is in the game, and he's looking as dangerous as ever.
Yeah, and this is scuffed, scrappy, hand-to-hand League of Legends, exactly what you want to watch. And IG honestly making themselves a pretty decent bit of a comeback here. It looked like there was a bit of a few mistakes going on there from their end. Wei not even getting that first grub either, but Zueyan just went far too deep, completely got himself 1 shot. And same thing goes for Fangyue. You're just so squishy.
Is all about Photic's positioning.
Yeah, what a beautiful flash combo from Jue. As we speak of the devil, he might unfortunately not be long for this river either. Yeah. But I mean, he's been having himself an interesting game. His scoreboard doesn't really reflect his performance. But Jiaqi, what happened there?
Solo bolo by
for their hopes of winning, because look at this XP lead that Photic has been able to develop for himself. It's a similar story from the rest of the series, where Photic is just performing better. So Bro can win this.
Will it be another solo Boro? We'll have to wait and see. Meganar coming up, and Zueyan says, I know how this story goes. So he walks away, tries to jump into a minion wave, and now in comes Wei. Gets the stun, ultimate, but doesn't quite find a kill, as the counter-strike does deny a lot of damage there.
Yep, I mean, it's good that Zueyan is able to survive that, because TES, if they can just stop this bleeding a little bit, I have a feeling they're going to be completely fine, okay? They got a couple Drakes, they got the majority of the grubs, they got the feats of strength, and their comp, as much as it doesn't do too well in the late game as opposed to the early, if they can just get themselves enough pace to secure 4 dragons, that's their win condition right now. So as TES, you got to keep your foot on the gas as much as you possibly can and try and get yourselves this Rift Herald, this dragon, and everything else you can find.
But the problem is, Top Esports shouldn't even be in a position where they're bleeding right now. With the advantage that they got early on, I feel like it was just a couple of missed fights that really took them by surprise. Renard now gets caught in between towers, flashed out of the Cataclysm, and Top Esports, once again, in a not so optimal position, spent a lot of resources to try to take a kill, but couldn't quite find it.
Yeah, Wei having to expend the flash, Reynard having to expend the flash. That's definitely going to add up a little bit here, especially given the fact they're against a Jarvan. So Naya looking for that next Cataclysm to really count.
Right now, Photic is absolutely untouchable, and Top Esports can't do anything about it. They cannot reach that backline to take down Photic. They cannot shut down the Zig.
It's really difficult to secure this dragon safely, but I think you just have to go for it. You need your win condition to stay alive.
Counter-Strike is is on cooldown right now, so Boro tries to keep his distance so he doesn't take too much damage. Meganar is almost up and available. He tries to get his ultimate, jacks up against the wall. Look at the damage, but the Counter-Strike is good. Swayon will get the solo kill on Soboro. Jax is on the board too.
I mean, that is so pivotal. Whoever wins that 1v1 is able to do damage to the tower and be an additional threat on the map. If not anything, recall right here. Use your teleport to secure this bot side play. This is really big ups to TES.
Oh, and now the Herald gets summoned, goes straight towards the bot side where Top Esports were safely doing the dragon. And now Jue is in a prime position for a headbutt, massive headbutt pulverized. Teleport on the back. Wei tries to save some space for Photic. Swayon, however, just got the solo kill and he's gonna die to Wei! Massive Jue now with the opening, tries to get into the backline. Top Esports scatter and leave the dragon for Invictus Gaming to collect.
But Swayon, what have you done, man? The game was so chill, and just give Viego a free reset. Even losing your flash and teleport for 0. This is what's gonna happen.
Oh, massive bouncing grenade. There's not, you might be in trouble. Saboro gets yet another kill. Sport is down. Means no vision control for Top Esports. Means now the Herald gets a free charge on tier 2 bot. Mega Inferno Bomb to maintain vision. Invictus Gaming crack open the game. Take home the dragon. Take tier 2 bot. And now it's just a matter of circling around their advantages to contest Adacon on top side when it spawns.
It's just so sad for Joyon there because you out as the Elise. You had the early game dive, but you weren't able to keep that snowball alive.
Oh, and Jachi almost gets one shot by Photic by a couple of, by one single spell rotation. Adacon getting made. Top Esports don't even get the space to get into the pit. Swayon comes in. Smite 50-50. It's still at 2.3k, but the fight rolls out. Invictus Gaming decide to go for the fight instead of Adacon, and they go straight for the backline. Everybody's in trouble. Nya's down for the count. Swayon still in the pit, still tanking the Adacon, but it's ultimately Photic who goes untouched throughout the fight, gathers yet another 3 kills here off the back of this trade, or actually 1 kill at the back of this trade, 404 with a couple of assists, and Invictus Gaming are just dominating the transition to the mid game.
Yeah, and although Top Esports was in great condition at the start of this game, even securing the feats to strengthen themselves, a very strong early game, they just completely flop face first onto the ground. They face plant and they make themselves some huge mistakes to throw away this game.
It was the all or nothing. They just couldn't bring it at all, you know? They ran out of steam way too fast, and Jachi was out of the fight before it even started.
Yeah, Jachi, you know, he had himself a pretty good early game, but remember that earlier mistake that he made, dying in the top lane, and now he just can't even survive much longer.
Yep, Joy is down for the count, but he trades jungler for support. That's a trade that Invictus Gaming take any day of the week. Renard now in the middle of the fight as well, frontlining everybody and everything.
Okay.
But Top Esports, they know what their territory is. They can buy back. The problem is when the guys with the bigger health bars start to join the fight as well. What can Top Esports do? Absolutely nothing. No cooldowns means no fight. Nya managed to distort his way out of his own jungle, but he gets smited for the disrespect, and Wei collects the kill. It's the ace for Invictus Gaming, and the mid lane is wide open for the taking.
Right, just because Top Esports started off on the right foot doesn't mean they're going to end up keeping it that way. IG cementing themselves a 10,000 gold lead right now, and honestly, I got Photic on this.
That's a 6-1-6 massive shutdown going in the hands of Fungyet, but he needs to go back to base to cash in that gold, and you know, Wei helps him out with that department. You know, here, take a free ticket back to base. You've earned it, buddy. You're gonna cash in that at 1k that he collected from Photic, but I think it's too little too late. It's a 10k gold lead for Invictus Gaming with 3 inhibitors wide open, one of them taken down.
Yeah, I think it's too little too late indeed. I mean, we have seen good looks out of Top Esports in a few of the fights around this series. In every given game, they've had some kind of life in them, but in this one, it's just all she wrote. You can't possibly keep up anymore.
Why are we bullying her? Let her farm. Caitlyn just wants to farm. She had such a promising early game. Remember when Jachi was 3-0 at the beginning of the game?
Displayed team here, the debut team of Top Esports and their LDL prospects going to stack up against IG and some of their proven Demacia Cup players, and it just might have been a shaky start in game 1 for IG, but they might just be the better team after all, after these next 3 games in the series, really showing a much clearer and well ahead performance ahead of TES.
Yeah, but now Saburo walking away from the Baron pit. 5-man Baron play coming for Invictus Gaming. Reminder that the inhibitors are wide open around the Top Esports base. Inhibitor on the mid lane is completely taken out as well, which means super minions are starting to roll down the mid lane. And now Top Esports trying to pick a fight wherever they can, trying to flip a fight and maybe get some gold in their pockets once again. But Invictus Gaming, they're sticking it together. And Wei just isolated Fungi for another kill onto Photic's pocket. Nayu and Zweon are on the bot lane trying to get away from the onslaught of Invictus Gaming, the unstoppable rampage with Wei leading the charge straight towards the inhibitor. 3-4 people on the bot lane, cracking it open while you have Renard in the mid lane, boosting up the minions, taking him straight down to mid lane, and what a blast from Invictus Gaming! Wow, Meganar inside the Cataclysm! Jarvan working against his own team, and Invictus Gaming securing game number 4 and moving forward in a knockout stage!
Welcome to the semifinals. Invictus Gaming as they take a handed victory over TES.